This is some kind of time travel.
We're in 2019.
We're gonna get back to 1988.
I'm Gabriel Avila from Jovem Nerd. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Brian said in previous interviews that Paper Girls was not commercial, I'm quoting, and that he wouldn't hope to be a film or anything. A few years after that, the story receives awards and now is a TV series. So how is it for you to see your girls ruling the world?
It's totally incredible. And yeah, I think Cliff and I always, when we approach comics, like, let's do something that we could only do as a comic. That they'll never, allow 4 12-year-old girls to lead a story. And sadly, it felt like that was true back in the day, that no one will do it. And so it's incredible that Amazon and Legendary and Plan B said, no, you're wrong, Brian. You absolutely can tell a TV show with 4 12-year-old girls in the lead. It's been an honor and a delight to have been proven wrong on that front.
It's nice knowing you, I guess.
We made the comic that we wanted to make, and I think we never had any expectation that it would become something else. And to see what Chris and the team have done with the show is just so amazing, because they really can drill down into the characters and expand on that so much. We had limited space, but with the amount of time that they have and the scenes that they were able to add and expand on the story, it's just been an incredible thing and full of surprises that feel organic to the story.
What are you doing in my house?
What are you doing in my house?
That's her.
Holy shit.
I think it was an awesome responsibility, and we wanted to respect what was there. It's the reason we've all come to this party, but yet give people something new or additive to surprise them. Because I think if you can just read the Wikipedia entry and know it's going to happen, maybe it's not as satisfying. And we just had a little more time to be with these girls than Brian and Cliff had as they were getting this down on paper. So for us, the experience was one of disbelief that we got to play in this world, and then discovery as we found new things we're really excited about.
Okay, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is real.
I would like to know, what are the biggest similarities between you and Beck?
I can't say that we share a whole lot in common, but one of the main things that I can point to would be humor. I think we both very much enjoy comedy, and we seem to both share the quality that we make a joke right at just about the wrong time to make it a joke.
Future you is not all that bad.
She did give you that rad shirt, which says dumb on it.
The interaction between you is really great, and it seems that you've been best friends since forever in the show. So I'd like to ask you, how did you prepare to embark on this journey?
We read the comics, and after we were all cast, they asked us not to contact each other.
As our characters were getting to know each other, we were also getting to know each other at the same time. So you can see as the bonds between the characters form on screen, the same thing was happening off screen.
What's your name?
Aaron?
Tiff. So you're Mac, right?
So?
So you're the first paper boy around here, who was it?
A boy?
It felt like there were 8 girls rather than 4, just us as actors and then the characters that we play.
Yeah, I'd say the no talking thing really helped because it aided our character and our in-person development.
You must be the Brandman kid.
KJ.
My dad says you people own everything.
You people?
She's new. All right, Big Mac. Let's go.
The casting is just perfect. I'm not sure, how they found, such perfect actresses, because they, embody the characters. It's one thing to just, look for someone who visually looks like them, but the way they act and their delivery really brings, the comic to life.
I just talked to Sofia, and I was really astounded that she's just so sweet and cute, and Mac is, so badass. And it was, oh man.
One, they're unbelievable actresses. They've embraced those characters and made them their own, but then you call cut and they're different people, and they are putting themselves into the roles. It is very staggering sometimes when you expect Sofia to go light a cigarette and call you a bad word, and she couldn't be more polite and healthy. We don't condone smoking.
I'm not gonna bite you or something.
In the show, your characters deal with a lot of old technologies like VHS, cassette tapes, and etc. I was really curious if you had contact interact with those things in your real life, or it was just the first context in the show?
A lot of our props that were supposed to be in the 80s were actually from the 80s.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to get acquainted with this technology that we weren't as familiar with and make it feel as real as possible. I think mixtapes are just super, super cool.
Same.
And I love how, like, back then it was like a love letter to give to other people. It wasn't as easy as it is now to make a playlist. Like, you had to record it and it just took a really long time. But I think it's so sweet that you can give it to someone and you're saying something without really saying anything.
If that really is future you, maybe she can call someone.
Who's she gonna call? Time travel 911?
Do you want to call 911?
Oh, good lord, there are future robots.
In the show, we see that some characters have their memories erased. So I'd like to ask you, if you could erase one movie from your memory to watch it all again, what would you choose?
Seven. Oh yeah, you love
Really?
I would choose Seven. That movie has the most brilliant ending I've ever seen.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I would want to watch Kill Bill all over again. I love Uma Thurman and Lucy Liu in that movie. And the new Batman movie that just came out. When I first
Nice.
watched that, I was like, I think I cried at the end of the movie. Like, it wasn't sad, I just started,
Yeah.
because I was a fan of like Batman in the comics before, and when I watched it, I was like,
Yeah. I cried too when he's, walking with a kid in his arms. It's so
yeah.
It's my hero.
I think I watched the new one like over 5 times.
Wow.
Murder by Death. I would love to watch that again for the first time. The Talented Mr. Ripley, and I'm gonna say The Lady Killers, the 1955 version with Alec Guinness.
Caracas.
I would probably say Descendants 2. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It would probably either be White Chicks, because that is my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
and
that's
to watch
nice.
it again would be so awesome. Or The Hate You Give, because that one really got me. I did cry in the movie theater watching that.
White Chicks is really popular in Brazil, so I didn't
Really?
know that it was so beloved for you too, so it's nice.
I love that. That is my favorite movie of all time.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound.
Like the comics, the series shows the dangers of nostalgia. We are in the moment that a lot of movies and TV series are full of this passion for the past. So I'd like to ask you, what is the importance of being a little critical about it?
It's really easy to look at the past and be nostalgic for it, especially when it's a time when you were growing up as a kid. But I think it's also important to, look back at it and try and think how people were actually living and what some of the issues were, and that not everything, it doesn't matter what time period it is, really. A lot of the same things are universal, about growing up and figuring out who you are and what you want to be.
What is that?
Why does the sky look like that?
Move, move, move! Let's get out of here!
I would like to really thank you guys, because a few years back I worked on a comic book shop, and part of the job was to sell great comics such as Paper Girls, so it's a huge honor talking to you right now, so thank you.
We wouldn't exist without your work, so thank you and your fellow retailers. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Have a great week. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
So
thank
nice
you
to
for
meet
having
you.
us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We're paper girls, so we stick together.